Hey guys, welcome to the Keto Cooks. Today we're making a keto key lime cheesecake. So start out by, in a bowl, mixing 1 cup almond flour, 1/3 cup coconut flour, and 1/3 cup chopped pecans. It's going to really help the texture of your crust if your pecans are a nice variety in size. So chop it up well, but don't chop it up too much. It's good to have some bigger chunks in there. Then you're going to add your sweetener. I prefer erythritol. It's going to be 1/3 cup sweetener, then 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/2 teaspoon cinnamon, and a pinch of nutmeg. 1/2 teaspoon guar gum. This is a binder, thickener. Should help it stick together. You're going to mix this up dry. It's good to get it all incorporated before you start adding your liquids. So next you're going to add 1/3 cup coconut oil. I prefer this to butter because the butter can burn at the high heat. Then you're going to add 1 egg and 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. So you mix it all up. This should taste a lot like graham cracker crust with the cinnamon and the nutmeg and the vanilla. That's kind of the point for those flavors. This should kind of feel and look like cookie dough by the time you've mixed it all up. You're going to spread this thinly across the bottom of your springform pan, and then you'll line the sides of your springform pan. You're not going to go all the way up because your cream cheese filling isn't going to fill the whole pan. You're going to be about 1/8 inch thick on the sides and bottom. And right here I'm just basically trimming about halfway up, about 1.5 inches up, trimming the excess dough. This is to fill in my gaps. And I'm eyeballing here. I have some experience with this, so I know that that's where my cream cheese filling is going to stop. Might take you a couple tries to get it just right, but you'll scrape it off and make sure the top is nice and clean, and then just pat down and even out the bottom of your crust. This will keep any little bits from getting lost in the cream cheese filling and floating to the top during baking. Next, you're going to go ahead and preheat your oven to 485 degrees Fahrenheit and unpack your cream cheese, put it on a plate, and you're actually going to microwave it in a microwave oven for about 1 minute. This will help the cream cheese get soft. You definitely don't want to try to mix a cream cheese when it's hard. Next, you're going to cut your key limes. This is for your key lime juicing. So then you're going to squeeze out key lime juice, strain it. This will get out the seeds and the little bit of pulp. You're going to want to grind about 1/2 teaspoon of key lime rind, which will give you some nice tartness to the filling.
There's no wrong.
So here's your cream cheese. You're going to put it in your mixing bowl, and you're going to mix it up until it's nice and integrated, firmly whipped. Next, you're going to add your key lime juice. Mix it up until it's nice and well integrated. It should be smooth. Then I like to make sure that I'm periodically, as I mix, scraping the sides of the mixing bowl. This will prevent chunks throughout the process. You definitely don't want a chunky cheesecake. If you don't do this in one of the sections of your mixing, you might have chunks or some sort of big blobs of cream cheese or So it's good to mix it up. Next I add my sweetener. You're going to add 3/4 cup erythritol. I prefer erythritol to baking. I think it's much better than Splenda. So next you're going to go ahead and crack 3 whole eggs and then separate an egg yolk and set that aside for mixing. Next you're going to add 1½ teaspoons vanilla extract and then mix till well mixed. Then it's very important to add 1 egg at a time. This will again keep it from clumping. There I am scraping the sides again.
Usually do this a lot.
Now you're just going to mix it up. You're just going to make sure everything's well integrated. One last mix. You don't want to overmix, because if you overmix too much, you could really introduce a lot of micro air bubbles, and it could fluff up too much in the oven. Next stage is preparing your cookie sheet, and then you're going to wrap the bottom of your springform pan with tinfoil. This will prevent grease and fat from leaking out into the oven, which can sometimes cause burning. Next you're going to pour in your filling. It should, if you've measured it right, and if you're lucky, it should come up right to the edge of your crust. Next, get a long sheet of aluminum foil and wrap it around your cake. You're going to want to bend it in. This acts as a heat shield, because you're going to be cooking at a pretty high heat at first. So put that in the oven at 485 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. At the end of 20 minutes, you're going to promptly remove from the oven, and you're going to let this sit out for 30 minutes. This will help the cake set. After 30 minutes, put it in the oven again for 20 to 25 minutes at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. So you want a little bit of brown on the top. It should be kind of a golden brown on top. It should jiggle a little bit when you take it out, but it should still be fairly firm. Next, you're going to want to separate the sides of your cake from the cake pan so that as it cools, it doesn't tear the center. So here it is the next morning. You're going to let it set overnight in the refrigerator. Last trick I recommend is heating up a butter knife under hot water and then cutting your cake with that. It'll help for a nice clean cut every time. Thanks for watching.